Hi class, this is some video feedback for you for those who were unable to make it to the Zoom session. If you did, you might not get video feedback. So here's the first one. It takes a little while for this to load, so I think we want to make sure that this picture is optimized. Maybe reduce this. We talked about doing that so that it is fits more on the particular truck. And I think we want to put a still or remove this video below. Here, we talked about that. I would shorten this to locations, or I would make this come out in a line with this. But I think shorter is better. And I think locations is something somebody would search for. So I believe it should say search location, even though location should be up here too. Okay, so let's add location and then contact after that. And your location should land right here. Take a look at that little video I sent out that will teach you how to anchor your navigation page up here to where you want it to land here when you select it. Okay, and you can combine these here, Tuesday, Thursday, Monday, Wednesday, if you need to, so that everything's on one page. But otherwise, it's looking really good. It's updated. Go to the menu. We talked about making this a little more consistent with everything else. And okay, this image is a little hard to make out, but you did a good job with those images that you chose because I don't see glassware, and so that's really good, except here, and you felt that might get away with being plastic, and I agree with that. This is larger, it's all caps. These are all caps. This is not. It's up to you. Usually it's going to be a little bigger, so that would work. Just think about your fonts, right? So everybody wants to make sure they're using just 2 fonts. The about, okay. We're going to have to go in, I think, and airbrush a little bit of this out, or you could put the Real Deal Taco there. Just don't skew it because that's not okay, but we do have to get this out of here. And this, all right. And depending on where you got this, this person is possibly recognizable, so hopefully you got it on Unsplash or some copyright-free site. Let's cut this down, bring it up probably to here. You can bring this up a little bit if you want. It's fine where it is. But just cut some of this out. All right. Okay. Nice work. Just a little bit of special touch-up, all right, and some editing. Okay, I really like the colors here. It's working. This needs to be entered text, of course, and cut down. Let's make sure we fix this. If you're going to have something there, then you want to have a title that doesn't say this come up. Right? Just take, okay. Otherwise, they're very good selection. Here, however, we don't have the logo, so that's a big deal. All right. Let's left align these. It's a good habit to get into. And let's do what we have to align these. All right. So That means you might have to edit this down to one line or add another line here to make these line up. This is for your portfolio, so you're able to make these edits. If it were for a client, you would not be able to do that. You'd have to get clearance. Dessert has 2 S's. The way you can remember that is that it's really great to have 2 desserts, but you only need 1 dessert, okay? So think 2 desserts and put 2 S's in there. Same thing here as before. Try to align those. Looks good. Let's see. Okay, picture here. Good choices, however. This needs to be entered text. It's not searchable like this. Okay, and that's very important. I do like the text and the white, but this also has to be entered, right? It's getting cut off. So you've got a few hours of work there. This should go to your contact page or be removed. Okay, I would take this off and make sure that your menu actually links up, and I would take this name off. So rename this menu and disable this page. You could bring everything up a little bit too. And it's good to have the logo. All right, so when I click this, nothing happens. So I would take it off and make it a contact page and anchor that to, I saw something somewhere. Good. To here, right? Anchor your contact page to right here. Okay, again, there's a video that went out on how to do that. Okay. This one, I don't have navigation, so that's a problem for me. This needs to be entered. And this needs to be updated for sure. Yeah, so you've got, I would guess, at least 5 hours to work on this. So be sure to set that time aside. Okay. I select a button. Takes me here. Good job. I think I would make this bigger. You've got great hierarchy going on. I would make it come to about here and maybe all caps or so, but I would make it bigger, I think, just because it's a header at the top. Maybe something like this, but not too spaced out. Okay. This is going to Real Deal Taco. Good job. You can change this color to blue if you want to stay with the aesthetic of the company, which, by the way, okay, you have it here. You want to make sure you have the logo somewhere on each page. It's usually best to have it in the same place. This is all good. You're being consistent. Let's cut this down a lot. Make sure all your buttons, make sure you enter this text. That all has to be entered so it is searchable and matches your aesthetic here. I would bring this out to here if that's how you're going to do this. Okay, good work. There's a little more space here. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it's just fine. But this text looks a little bit bigger than this. Just double check it. Double check that that is the same size as this. Okay. All right. Could just be my screen, could be my eyes. Just double check. This font is good. Well, you can consider centering this more, you know, up and down here. All right, don't know that we need these. Okay, so I think you need a contact page. I would call this locations because that's what people will put in a search for. Okay. It's all right to say find us, you know, somewhere inside your site, but as far as your navigation, that is something that SEO will search through. All right, great start. Just want to, you know, finish those details, allow time to do that. All right, let's make sure that the logo of any client is not changed. That is, it's a little different from the shape, skewed a little bit. I would use blue here, this blue. This is from the template, so make sure all your fonts are actually staying consistent. Try and stay with 2 fonts. This is smaller than this. This is much bigger. I know it seems like because this is a food truck that it's the perfect template. Unfortunately, you're battling a lot when we choose this one. The purple, the red orange. Okay, let's align these images. Okay, cut this down quite a lot. Reduce your scrolling. We want fewer clicks and less scrolling. So take all this out, all that white out also. Okay, you want to make sure that this is anchored to this. You can make this deeper, right? Maybe take this out because it's kind of chopping things up a bit. Okay. Yeah, make this deeper and try and fit that in. And then your menu. Okay. So what you need to do is make sure that your menu, make sure that you put everything in, and make sure that this actually anchors to this, and then delete that other page. Okay? All right. Okay. Make sure this is not clipped. You can fix that. Try and get rid of that edge. Good. You could left align that. That might work for you. You try not to have one word on the line by itself. It's a longer word in the ratio with the paragraph, so it might be okay. Okay. I would use a different font for this if you're going to use it on your home page. And I would probably change this blue to this blue. 2 colors is usually the best. Okay. But you're doing well with your background. It's not distracting. That was a little something or another. This, I'm not sure. So this is a gallery. Looks like you have a lot of pages. All right. Feels a little bit busy because, you know, maybe it needs this border or something, but it feels a little bit like it's competing with the background. Like I said, maybe it needs the same orange background like this. Okay, so that's the about. Okay, cut that down a lot. And yeah, you probably don't need these on this page. They're good to have, but maybe not here. Maybe you can make this a little further down here. This looks good, but what we want to do is reduce some of the scrolling. Okay. I would probably think of making these good that they go to the links. I would consider making them white, but they're working. Okay. I've not seen this done quite like this. Make sure you fill this in. All these. Okay, and make sure that as little scrolling as you can. It's good you've got them all aligned. That was a very important factor. Good. Not much scrolling there. So that's nice and clear. Very clear. Okay. I would left align, left align, left align everything. And you can cut those down just a little if you're going to put all of it on one page. Okay. All right, so what you want to do is get into this right here as fast as you can. And this looks good. You know, this can say contact or whatever. But when we tell them contact, we're saying that as soon as they hit that, they're going to get that information. You have it here and you have it down here, but it's just a little bit of scrolling. So, you know, a phone number, you don't have to say below because that's adding another line, right? Things like that. So you want to be sure that you're editing for the web. People don't read as much on the web, right? They scan. So let's get rid of that line as well. All right. Great start. I'm looking forward to seeing these revised by the end of the week. Any questions, make sure you contact me. We will be meeting at noon on Tuesday, tomorrow, all right? Good job, everybody.